Good morning. Today is Monday, October 23rd, 2023. My name is Terry Morgan, and we are here to practice. Practice what, you may ask? We're here to practice. Alright, now, I'm going to explain. In all of the classes, all of the things that I have been teaching, there are some foundation things that I have worked on that I kind of tend to keep as part of my regular practice. Now, some of what I'm going to go through is stuff that I do all the time. Some of it is preparation. So, I'm inviting you to come with. I have intended for a little while now to put on the fancy silk pajamas and do some of the arts that I have been teaching, including Dragon Sword, including Wudang Tai Chi Sword, including everything, and record that as demonstration. So here it is, all together, all at the same time, with me doing what I know how to do. Which is, there's quite a bit there. And recording that. Well, haven't done it yet. Haven't done it yet. That is my intention, to get it done. Okay? This year I am very much working on cleaning up and organizing things so that what I have completed is complete, and I can look at it and say, hey, I did that. And the things that I want to continue working on are much better organized, and it's easier for me to communicate what I'm doing. That is a challenge, all right? That is a challenge. Working on it. Let me put this down. All right, so I have a bunch of stuff that needs to get done, several things that are coming, and this practice is one of them. All right, so I've mentioned before that I'm working on another project, channel15radio.com, old-time radio drama for a new era. That project and the radio drama that goes with are where my focus is, and where my focus is going to be. These classes are part of what I have done. I'm going to continue for at least another year. Okay, so don't be going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Classes aren't going anywhere. I'm here for at least another year. Several things that I have not taught yet. Part of what I have taught that needs to be reviewed and reinforced. So, again, not going anywhere. But my focus is on the radio show and producing it now. Again, there are martial arts, and there is part of my teaching that is part of the story that I wrote. I wrote it. It's part of the story. The Ambassador is the feature for the radio show right now. Could be more later. We'll see. But for right now, that is the feature. Martial arts are part of that story. And more than just, practice kinds of things, philosophy and how we look at teaching the arts. Traditionally, how do teachers look at what they're doing? What do I pay attention to? And what should I pay attention to? There's a difference. Feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to do some stretches. I have taught these stretches previously. They are part of something that I have kept for many, many years. I learned this set from Huang Wei-lin many years ago. It was back in the 1980s when he was teaching at Cloverleaf Park in North Miami Beach. We started every class with these sets. Feet about shoulder width apart, bend the knees, open the arms, shoulders down and relaxed, hands circle to the front, back around to both sides, up along the center line, reach up, stretch out over the legs, roll up through the back, open the body. We're going to do this 6 times, not 6 times. Again. Relax the breath. Relax through the whole body. And again. 3 more. Smile. And again, reach out, stretch out, everything's moving. One part moves, all parts move. One part's still, all parts are still. The last time. And roll up. Fingertips reach up. Elbows drop down, wrists, hands return to your sides. All right, relax. We're going to do this again, and I'm going to turn to the side, and we're going to do this 3 more times. Normally, when I give this set at the beginning of class, I use 3, not 6. When I first learned these sets, we did them as part of learning Yang style Tai Chi. There were quite a few of them. We're going to cover some of them this morning. I'm going to continue to cover them as I go through my redevelopment. Okay? So, for me to stand up and do an exhibition of Yang style Tai Chi, what do I need for that? What do I need? Well, I've learned it. It's not like I have to go learn it. I know how to do it. What does my body need? What part of my current skills are available, and what do I need to redevelop? When I was first, so I'm going back to when I was first learning, and then I'm going to pick it up a little bit, and I'm going to add some things that I learned much later. As I was first learning, right, this outward stretch, one of the things that we would practice is moving slowly. So this was some moderate speed. We're going to do this again 3 times, and we're going to move very, very slowly. The purpose behind that is to understand exactly what's moving, what's not moving, what needs to be engaged, and what needs to be allowed to rest as we go through the movement. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Relax your breathing. Don't worry about the breath other than to relax the breath and make it full and complete. Breathe. Relax. Find your center. Bend the knees, connect through the foot, connect through the heel. Focus on the lower dantian. And the hands begin to move. Relax the breath as the arms continue to move. Settle through the heels. Open the back. Pay attention to your breathing. Keep moving. Don't stop. And hands return to your sides. Just slow it down. It's not going fast. Settle more into your legs. Open the back. Pull up and in through the front. Open the knee bend. Drop the tailbone. Still moving. Still going. I think maybe we're just going to do this once. You'll get the idea. Keep going. Hands come up through the center line in the front. Keep shoulders down. Pull in through the waist. Pull down through the shoulders. Even as the arms come up. Connect the hands with the feet. Follow the hands. Fingertips reach up. And begin to curve forward. Slowly. Everything's moving. Relax through the hip. Hold through the waist. Pull up through the center as you reach out. Sink into the legs. Don't stick your butt out. Stay straight. Extend through the waist. Open the waist. Keep the arms steady. Everything's moving. The arms move, the head moves, the legs are moving, the hips are moving. Sink into the knees, sink through the feet. Relax through the back. Drop the head, begin to roll up. Start at the heel. Pull up through the back of the leg into the back of the knee. From the knee, start up into the hip. Begin turning the hip. Drop the tailbone. Open the lower back. Keep the shoulders relaxed and open. Everything moves. Extend through the upper spine. Arms begin to move upward along the center line. Open the back. Sink through the heels. Fingertips reach up. Extend. Elbows drop down. Slowly. Fingertips. Relax the breath. Don't be in a hurry. Stay relaxed. Hands return to your sides. Round the shoulders, straighten the back, pull up through the crown of the head, straighten, stay there, and relax. All right. It takes a little bit to do that. It's not as simple as it seems. Each tiny movement is part of what we want to capture. Part because we also want to coordinate with the internal energy, with the breath, with the whole shape of the movement. In everything we do, okay, I'm going back. One of the things that we used to do in class was to move as slowly as we could, right? And again, this was Huang Wenlin teaching Yang Style Tai Chi. One of the characteristics that he taught was this slow, precise, controlled, absolutely centered type of movement, so that whether you were moving slowly or more quickly, because there's a fast form and he taught that as well. All right, so that whichever one, you need to be centered, you need to be precise, and the movement needs to be well coordinated and well placed. In addition to that, the internal workmanship needs to be there, the breath control needs to be there, the awareness of what you're doing, what's going on. Oh, that feels comfortable. I like that. Yeah, we want that sense of well-placed, well-distributed, coordinated movement that feels good. Okay? So, yeah, there's times when we're extending things and it's going to be a little uncomfortable. But if it's so uncomfortable that you feel pain, don't do it. That's not what we're doing here. It's none of what I do is about that. Extending the movement, understanding what you're doing, and doing things that, yeah, no, it's a little bit of exertion. Yeah, we do that. But I'm going to inflict some pain on no, I'm not going to inflict pain on myself. I'm going to inflict pain on my enemy, if I have one, right? That's the martial art part. If somebody's going to attack me, then I have the right to defend myself, and I will do that. And part of what we practice in those slow, controlled movements is being able to see and understand what that movement is. If you're paying attention to, right here, watch my hands, fingers. Did you see where the movement started? You can rewind and you could see it. You'll see it. It's right here. That small movement is part of what we cultivate. We want to be able to see that. We want to be able to do it. We want to be able to use it. In Tai Chi, we have the idea that 4 ounces can deflect 10,000 pounds, right? So it's the same in Shin-ai, it's the same in pretty much everything else. If I apply a small amount of force at the right time, at the right place, I don't need to exert myself. It just goes. That's all it's needed. That's all it's needed. Understanding that is one of the things that we work to develop. If we don't ever practice slowly, we don't gain that ability to understand fine movement. That's gross movement. I drop my hand and I push my hand out. That's very gross movement. It's a big movement. It's a big thing. It's easy to see. Drop the hand and push it out. Yeah, slowly. Yeah, the hand's moving. It's moving. Keep going. Breathe. 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 Pay attention to the forearm. As the elbow drops down, pay attention to your forearm. Okay? It's still going. Keep going. Keep going. We're still going. Slowly. It's the same movement. Same movement I just did. Now, pay attention to the inside of your forearm. So just a minute ago it was the outside, now it's the inside. Pay attention to the base of the hand as your arm drops down. Now, shoulder and the triceps in the front of the arm, upper arm, elbow, back of the arm to the elbow. Keep going. Keep going. It's keep going. All right. And what do I have to do to bring it up? Change the emphasis to the outside of the arm. I have to pull the elbow in because the hand's going to go out, right? So the shoulder drops. Pull in from the inside of the arm. Drop the elbow. Turn the hand. Keep going. Still going. Keep going. Drop the elbow. Keep dropping it. Pull in from the upper arm. Pay attention to the inside and the outside of the upper arm. Pay attention to the elbow. The elbow should feel heavy. And get ready to push out. Almost. Not quite there. There we go. Okay, now we're going out. Keep going. Keep going. Breathe. Keep going. Keep going. Not done yet. Almost. Almost. We're getting there. Open the hand. Drop the wrist. Should feel the underside of the arm. Drop the elbow. That's it. All right, relax. Both are the same. Fine movement. What do I need to do to move my arm slowly? I'm going a little bit faster, but not quite so fast. What do I need to do for that movement? How slowly can I move? And with the idea that all parts are moving, everything moves, right? So it's not, well, all right, drop my elbow now, and I'm drop my hand now, and I'm going to bring my elbow up, and then I'm going to push out. No. It's one continuous movement. doing it slowly gives us the fine muscle control that we're looking for. So the gross movement, I'm not going to do it again. It takes too long, right? Not right now. We'll do later. That fine movement where we're paying attention to each and every one of all of the little muscles that are all connected through the arm, just paying attention to the arm takes quite a bit of concentration. So as we're moving the whole body, right? Beginning movement of Yang's Tai Chi. And I haven't done enough to warm up my legs yet, all right? That slowly, right? Haven't practiced that one enough. When I brought my leg through, it should have been more slowly. And that's why I said I haven't practiced that one enough yet. As we move through, that ability to find the center, hold it, hold it, hold, 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 lace, that was a little hard, and step through. All right, that takes some work. Now, getting the legs ready. Part of that set is doing what I just did, except that we're just working the legs. So we have this basic stepping method, right? Open the back, step through. Figure 8, step through. Same thing on the other side, right? The circle, place it and step through. Developing the holding strength for both of the legs, something that I definitely need to work on, all right? And one of the sets that predates what I'm doing in Yang's Tai Chi comes from dance. So I had studied ballet. I've studied modern too. Never could, tap was not my, it just wasn't going to happen. Bend the knees, demi-plie. Heels together. Knees over the toes. Open the hip. Pay attention to the leg. Keep the heel down. Bend as far as you can. Keep the heel down. As far as you can with the heel down, that's a demi-plie. Alright? So, keep going. You should feel this in the back of the hip. The upper part of the hip in the back is open. It's not closed. You want it open. This helps to do that. The top of the leg wraps around to the outside as you bend. And relax. Pull up through the center. Straight up. Lift. And and down. Pull up through the center. Pay attention to the crown of the head. Pay attention to the connection between the crown of the head and the huiyin at the base of the torso. Pull up and lower. Pull up again and lower. Pull up through here and here. Don't think about the feet. Here and here. Pull up and lower. One more time. Pull up. Stay there. And lower. Bend the knees. And straighten. Alright, that last part is preparation for jump, but that's not even close yet. That sequence, however, going up and down and then bending, making sure that when you land, you bend your knees, because it's really important to do that when you land. It really is. Alright. It's also important to be able to bend freely through each movement and to be able to use the full extent of the movement possible. To that end, I also expect to be teaching some other stretches and a few more sets from what I started with way back when I started learning Yang style Tai Chi. This combination of things, I'm going to speed it up a little bit as I go through, but the foundations that I learned from developing skills that I was being asked to develop, right? Teacher says, this is what we're doing. Okay, here's what we're doing. The same in ballet. I walked into class, Miss Shirley, Miss Tanya, Miss Linda, this is what we're doing in class today. Okay, here's what we're doing. That ability to see the movement, understand what's going on in the movement, be able to do it, and then be able to refine it. That's what we want. That's the being able to refine it. What do we need to know? What do we need to work on? What are the opportunities? What are the possibilities for refining this movement, refining that movement? The slow practice that we did today, that extremely slow, methodical, each part, each gets extra attention, that gives us a greater range of movement. It gives us a greater understanding of what we're doing in the movement. It gives us time to pay attention to each of the fine movements that we have to do in order to engage in that gross movement. Right? So all of that refinement, it's years. It's not all of a sudden I know it, now I can do it. It's practice and practice again and practice again, and little by little you develop the skill, and then you look back at what you've been doing and say, I learned something. Today is not the day. Yesterday was. It's not tomorrow, it's today. This is what we're doing today. This is what I can do today. That recognition. Looking back is important. Looking forward is important too. But that recognition of right here, right now, today matters the most, because it's what we do today that makes a difference for tomorrow. And what we did yesterday gives us what we can do today. If I hadn't learned these sets back in the 80s, I wouldn't be able to do them now. There's some things that I learned back then that I can't do because I didn't keep it. I remember it sort of. This is something I kept. What will you keep in your practice? Everybody keeps different things. My teacher for almost 30 years, Wudang, kept Xingyi. That was his favorite. He keeps a few other things too, but quite a few. But that's his favorite. Huang Wenlin was a Tai Chi teacher. He's passed on now. And he was an excellent Tai Chi teacher. That characteristic, that's what he kept. I keep a few things, so we're going to work on it. I appreciate everyone who is watching. I appreciate everyone who has been on this journey with me, and all of those who are coming along for this one. New venture, new adventure, new venture, and new adventure. All right? Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Bye.